Hari
Hari Om. Mm, we will start. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti. Did you get to read the poem?
To be honest, I have not read it.
Hmm. Should have read the poem. Anyway. Any questions from the previous class? No. Okay. Who wants to read it? Who will read it?
I'll read.
Okay.
Yet here, latest aboard
Liatus.
Liatus. Yet here, Liatus, abroad, for shame is scolding
You
Liatus.
don't read the brackets, you don't read.
You are still here, Liatus. Shame on you, get on board. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail. You are stayed for.
Yes.
There, my blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory. See thou character, give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar.
Yeah.
The friends thou hast, and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel. But do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new hatched,
Unfledged.
unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in beard that the opposed may beware of thee.
Bear that. Being in, bear that.
Bear that
Yeah.
the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thine ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can be.
Bye.
Buy. But not expressed in fancy, rich, not gaudy. For the apparel oft proclaims the man. And they in France of the best rank and station are most select and generous chief in that. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend. A borrowing dulls the edge of
And
husband, huh?
and borrowing.
And borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This
This
above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessing seasons this in thee.
season.
Season this in thee.
Mm. Yeah, I think you have to go back and read some poems. You're reading it like a prose only. Take what do you call those Montessori books or whatever. You should read, get some practice. There, my blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory. See thou character, give thy thought no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought its act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. See, articulate करने का थोड़ा emotion डालने का, all that you have to do. The friend thou hast and their adoption stride, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel. But do not dull thy palms with entertainment of each new hatch, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to quarrel. But being in, bear that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy. I can't read this. What is this? But not expressed in fancy, rich, not gaudy. For the apparel oft proclaims the man, and they in France of the best rank and station are most select and generous chief in that. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan often loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessings season this in thee. So, first lesson of knowledge. What do you learn from Polonius?
You should not give advice if not asked.
Unnecessary advice. Don't give advices to people. And who gives advice?
Not necessary knowledgeable person.
Not knowledge. Wise person.
Wise. Not
Anybody
necessary.
can give knowledge. Anybody can give advice. A wise person never give advice. Only upon asked. Upon asking. Right. So we covered that. Knowledge is not given. And we kind of give free advice and we don't follow that advice. Like that marriage counselor. He himself is in shambles in his marriage and he is a world renowned marriage counselor. Like, would you go to him? Would you go to him? No, you will not go to him. You will not follow a spiritual person who doesn't follow the spiritual rules. He may be the most excellent speaker. But you may follow a person who doesn't preach, but he is following spirituality. You would follow, you look at him and emulate him. He doesn't preach. So wisdom is very important. You don't have to preach, you don't, just having knowledge makes nothing. It doesn't mean anything. एक सॉन्ग है, तेरे जैसे लाखों आए, लाखों इस माटी ने खाए you know, मत कर तू अभिमान है बंदे, you know, तेरे जैसे लाखों आए, लाखों इस माटी ने खाए. Like there are like millions of people who give knowledge. There's hardly one who follows it. Now, do you want to be the million or do you want to be the one? Knowledge and wisdom. And a leader travels the path. That's what he said, right? Um, Yad, what is that? Who knows that verse? Huh?
Is it Yad Bhavam Tat Bhavati?
No, no. Who can read this? Sanskrit, not English.
यदा चरति श्रेष्ठ सत्त देवेतरो जनः स प्रमाण कुरुते लोकस्त
धनु
धनु वर्तते.
यद यद यदाचरति, that यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत् तदेव तरो जनः. यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत् तदेव तरो जनः. स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकोस्तदनुवर्तते. So whatever the superior person does, that alone others do. Whatever standard he sets, that the world follows. So what do you learn from this? You learn that, as my guru says, what do you learn from this verse is, what do you learn? My guru has a funny way of putting it. What do you learn? What do you learn?
That if you are a leader, the followers will listen to you and follow your advice, whether that person actually is learned or not.
Yes, that's true. What is the straightforward way to put it? No holding bars, just put it. He says, Nike.
You copy him.
Huh?
You copy him.
You know what Nike says? What is the Nike logo?
Sorry?
What is Nike logo? Nike shoes.
Tick, right.
क्या वो नीचे क्या लिखा है?
Just do it.
Yes. Just do it. And next thing my guru says is, and shut up. Just do it and shut up. Simple way to put that verse. Just do it and shut up. Don't talk. Don't give advices. Nobody asked you. In our so much of concern and emotion, we give unnecessary advice. It is not taken and messes up the relationship. As I said, the wise talk because they have something to say. The fools talk because
They want to say something.
Because they want to say something.
Want nahi, they have to.
Oh, sorry.
They can't help him themselves. They have to say something. कुछ भी बोलना ही है बीच में. That's the fool. A wise has to say something, only then he speaks. Right. Now, we'll go back to the poem. So where were we? We finished those few precepts. See the character. हमने बोला था वो character comes from thought and unproportioned thought. So he says, nor any unproportioned thought is act. Don't give, without thinking, don't act. That's what he's saying, right? And be the familiar, by no means vulgar. Be familiar with everybody. Say hi, hello, be kind to everybody. But don't go and open up yourself to everybody. not necessary. Don't go and, dig up their personal life. Unnecessary. Don't get in too close. That gets into vulgarity. Even in a more established relationship, you have to have certain boundaries. You have to set boundaries. Certain things, you don't need to open up everything to your kids or everything to your partner. You don't need to. Just keep some boundaries. Be open to their discussions, but you don't need to tell everything. Now, what is that everything and what is that something that you have to decide that? There has to be a sense of respect. When is there a sense of respect? When there is uh, less of intrusion. When is there is less of intrusion? When there is less attachment. Attachment is you have to do it like this, now. That's attachment. You have to live the way I feel it's better for you. That when you lose that compass, you get into the relationship and you start demanding and commanding, and then that becomes intrusive. When it becomes intrusive, people lose respect for you. Gotta keep that. My guru says, no, Swamiji says, elbow room, he says, keep elbow room between each. Mentally, physically also, he says, when people come to academy, especially foreigners, and nowadays even Indians also, shamelessly, holding hands all the time. At ashram, why do you want to do it? You go to a beach, you hold your hands. In ashram, why do you want to hold? First of all, why do you want to hold your hands all the time? Why? Is she going to leave you, or is he going to leave you, or he doesn't know where to walk, how to walk? I understand if it's really, really old people, you hold their hand. Youngsters, why do you want to hold your hands all the time? You have emotion, that doesn't mean you have to express it all the time. That's the what I was saying is that elbow room, that limitation. You know, uh, the deeper the emotion, lesser is the huh?
Lesser is the contact, physical contact.
And
And
Lesser is the talking, na, like action.
lesser is the expression.
The bondage.
Huh? Sorry?
The bondage, I said.
बॉन्डेज का बात नहीं है. So deeper is the emotion, lesser is the expression. More surface the emotion, more the expression. I love you, baby. How are you? Why do you have to keep saying that? In the beginning, you have to say that. I mean, I'm not saying you should say that, but in the beginning, people say that. And then afterwards, it has no meaning at all. Hey, what's up? Or not talking also is the same thing as saying, how are you? Or I love you. Love you, babe. Like, you don't have to say it. Have you ever heard your grandmother or your mother and father say, I love you? Do you think they don't love each other? They do. And deeper is the emotion, lesser the expression. You don't express. No, just because you express doesn't mean it's a surface emotion. Please don't misunderstand it.
no, like our guru, she used to say that जिसको बार बार आई लव यू बोलते हैं वो रिश्ता कच्चा रिश्ता है उसको पक्का करने के लिए रिमाइंड करने के लिए बार बार बोलते हैं like if it is your own child you'll keep on saying I love you or your brother your sister you know he's my brother she's my sister this is my mother this is my father you
Yes.
don't keep on telling them these relations what we make later on especially spouse it's like she from a different world I from a different world so to keep on reminding that I exist in your life you exist in my life so we keep on saying
Mhm.
I care for you I love you
Yeah.
like the more you say I love you is because that relation is not deep or that connection is not there or it's not yet built so it is on the verge of building or whatever the reason be
On
but
the verge of
because
breaking.
of that we keep saying yeah
Now, be the familiar by no means vulgar, right? Next is the friend thou hast, and their adoption tried. Now, what he means is, one second, I'll just, oh, you can see this, right? Where are we?
The Gita ka third
No.
verse is doing. हाँ.
So now what he says is, the friend thou hast, and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel. Meaning, once you make good friends, don't just treat it lightly. When you make good friends, deep friends, you don't break away friendships because of some unnecessary reasons. Or, in US, what has happened when Trump won, there's Democrats and conservatives, right? Because when the conservatives won, many of the family members, they were putting it on TikTok and, Instagram. Many of the family members, let's say the family is democratic and one of the kids is conservative, they stop talking to their family. Why? Because they support Kamala Harris and this fellow supports Trump. Is that how you behave with your family? You stop talking to your family because of political, ideological differences. That's ridiculous. This is saying, I'm talking about parents here. Friends also, they stop talking to their friends because the friend supports Trump and he supports Kamala. The friend thou hast and their adoptions tried. Adoptions try means you have tested the water, you have tested the friendship. They were with you in thick and what is it? The idiom?
Thick and thin times.
Thick and thin times. They were with you all the time. Then grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel. Don't just break it for some stupid reasons or ideological reasons. If you have ideological differences, sit down and talk. Discuss. No, I don't like Modi. Oh, no, no, no. Modi is great. Talk. Why do you think he is great? Why do you think he is not great? List out the points, search the internet, and discuss. You don't need to stop talking to each other. That's what he's saying. Don't base your relationships flimsily. When you base it, don't just base it flimsily. When you base it, hold on to it. Nothing should shatter that. But do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new hatched, unfledged comrade. What he's saying first is you have deep friends, hold on to them. But then just don't start making friends all of it. Just like that. Each new hatch, unfledged comrade. Just like that, like somebody you just met on the bus. Don't make them friends, just like that. For which, what you have to do? Be the familiar, but no means vulgar. Be familiar with everybody. Be familiar with the bus driver. But he's not your chaddi pal. That's what they say, right? He's not your pal. Just because you met somebody on the lift every day, you're going up and down, up and down. You don't make friends just like that. But when you make friends, grapple them to the stove. I remember when first Facebook started, my cousin, she was in her 16 years or something. Now she has got a kid and all, two kids. Now I was asking her, hey, you're on Facebook? Yeah, I'm Facebook. Yeah, I have got 800 friends, she said. 800 friends? Of 800 friends, I was so surprised. How many people do you know? She said, maybe 8 to 10 people I know. Who are the other people? Oh, my friends. Each new hatch unfledged comrade. Do not dull thy palm with entertainment. Just don't go and, this and that and do with them. You don't know them. You have to have a stable, established relationships. See how practical he's talking. Now, beware of entrance to quarrel. But being in, bear that, the opposed may beware of thee. Now, if you talk this to a youngster, he will only hear the second word. Bear that the opposed may beware of thee. He will not listen to the first line. What is the first line? Beware of entrance into quarrel. Do not get into quarrel. Do not get into confrontation. Never get into confrontation. Especially with your near and dear, which is the most hardest, you know. But do not get into quarrel. Have you ever analyzed after the quarrel, why did you fight? What is the one theme that you find? What is the clash between?
वो मेरी बात नहीं सुनते हैं,
ईगो,
वो मेरे को नहीं समझते हैं.
Yes.
ईगो, I'm right, he's wrong.
I'm right.
See, you have an opinion about a fact. It's an opinion clash. Your interpretation of how it should be, what life should be, and his or her interpretation of how life should be. The clash is between that. The clash is not between the facts or reality. The clash is between the interpretation of reality.
Let's go. Now you realize that everything is all useless, whatever fights you have had.
Yes. See, what is it? Can somebody tell me what is it on the floor? Which number is it?
It's a misrepresentation of either 6 or 9. One person uses it as a 6 and the other person uses it as 9.
Yeah, so what is on the floor right now? Tell me one.
It depends from which side you are viewing it.
Isn't it? So who is right?
Both are right in their ways.
Ah,
From which angle they are standing, both are right.
both are right now. Now who is right? Who is right? What is the shape? Is it square, circle, or triangle? It depends on where you see from, right? You're right. Sometimes you're right from your own perspective, but most of the times you're wrong. The truth is, it's I think, trapezoid or something. I don't know what it is. But is it square, circle, or triangle? No, you cannot tell. But each one is partly
Your own
right.
perception. Your
Ah,
own perception that you perceive.
the perception that you perceive. But your perception itself is partly right and wholly wrong. Isn't it? You're partly right, but wrong. This is how our lives are. See, this rarely happens, huh? This rarely happens where one of you is right. Mostly this happens where you are partly right and wholly wrong. You have a world view of life. You have this way of how life should be. And you know this is how it worked out for you. So you think this is right and this is how people should live their life. You think it is all square. But it is not square for a person who is looking from this left side. And he is also not correct. I don't want you to repeat the same mistakes I did. So beware of entrance to a quarrel. So it you fight because you have a different perspective of life. They have a different perspective of life. You want them to agree that it is a square. He says, no, I see a circle. This is right. He is seeing that. It's not that he is hallucinating. He's seeing the circle. According to him, this is the right way of living. This is the right way because he is seeing a circle. He's not imagining a circle. He's not a Buddhu or she's not a Buddhu. For her, this is the right way of life. You cannot change her perspective or his perspective because you are seeing a square. How can you deny there is no square there? You would be false to yourself if you deny that there is a square. No, no, it is a circle. You don't see a circle, you're only seeing square. How will you ever say it is a circle? How will you ever agree to another person's perspective that no, my way of looking at this is wrong? Because this is the way you're looking at it. Backed by all the experience you have got, but it is wrong, according to him, according to her. It is totally wrong.
Yeah, because even according to you, his circle is wrong.
Because you don't see his circle. You're
Yeah.
only seeing square.
Yeah.
How will you ever agree to him? You will not agree to him because you don't see any logic in agreeing to them. Logic also doesn't apply there because you analyze every situation. He analyzes every situation. You have your back experience backing yourself. She has experience backing herself. All the fights are because of this. Beware of entrance into quarrel. Why are you fighting? For what? You cannot convince anybody. But you want to convince because you know this is the right thing. You know it is a square. It is not a square. Can you believe how crazy relationships are? How we mess up? आपको दिख रहा है तुझे दिख रहा नहीं है क्या ऐसे होने वाला है you can't see are you a fool how old are you इतना भी विजडम नहीं है 30 साल में क्या सीखा तूने this is all your arguments he's saying you are 60 and you still can't see what I'm saying hey man this is crazy how can you ever that's what he's saying do not give advice to people knowledge is never given because he's seeing different he's knowing different his logic is different and you want to convince them you want to convince a teenager to live a life like you he says get lost I don't want to live your life but you see how he will fall into pitfalls he doesn't see it and eventually you'd be so surprised he did not fall into the pitfall after 5 years and you're like okay you will swallow your words chalega ऐसे बोला था तब you'll just brush it off but it has happened to so many people I am true my vision is factual. But did it happen to your son or your child or your husband or your wife? So what do you do? What do you do? Just shut up. This is what my guru says. And what brilliant words. The most in-depth word that it is. Just do your thing and shut your mouth, he says. It may feel very, oh, he's telling me to shut up. It's like what Adi Shankaracharya said, Mudha. you know, you're a fool. You're a fool to explain to people how to live life. Not because something, it is because of the fact that you see square, he sees circle. And you're not right, he's not right. Who is right? Somebody who sees the truth is right. The scriptures are right. So there is no point in entrance into quarrel. Why are you fighting? You fighting is like two mad dogs barking at each other. No, square, 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 square. One way, circle, 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 circle. These are the barking happening. But if it's not your fault and somebody drags you into a fight, make sure they pay for it. Don't be a chicken and get out. You don't want to enter into a quarrel, but somebody drags you in and you don't want to, you don't want to. I told you, did I tell you about this MMA fighter? You know what an MMA fighter is? Martial arts fighter. And they fight without any gloves or anything. Huh? Just a small gloves they wear. And then खून से लथपथ हो जाते हैं. And one of the most highest paid sports in the world, more than football. The MMA fighters are the most highly paid because they put their life on risk. Not even boxing. Boxing में ये सब है, ये है, gloves है. MMA में कुछ नहीं रहता है. So there was this, I saw live in a basketball stadium. This guy, this Chotu fellow, is fighting with somebody. Hey, what do you think you are? You spilled this coke on me and this and that. They're fighting. And then the camera guy took them there, took us there. And then the camera commentator is saying, I hope that guy knows who he's fighting with. The guy, the spectator is fighting with the world champion MMA fighter. He doesn't know that he's an MMA fighter. And the MMA fighter is, I'm sorry, hey, my fault, my fault, my fault. If he just, kicks him with his leg will be fractured. Utna strong hai. He kicks that iron rod with his leg. Utna hard hai uska bone. He says, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Beware of entrance into court. Just diffuse. Do not give. What my guru says is, do not fight. Do not, don't give that second hand for tali. Do not. But if it's not your fault, they pull you in, then make sure you take your revenge slowly. Not, not dish out your revenge just like that. Teach them a lesson deliberately after some time. Don't give it to them right now. It has to hurt. I'm sorry, but what are you saying? But you don't want.
Like you said, sir, your guru says, shut up. So
Don't
it's
just
like,
shut up and go.
no, it's like how just 2-3 sentences are there. वो जो समझे थे तमाशा होगा, वो जो समझे थे तमाशा होगा, मैंने चुप रहकर बाजी ही बदल दी.
Correct. See, one of the advantages of being quiet is one of the disadvantages of reciprocating that anger is they get the feedback from you and they get that satisfaction that they've agitated you. The best way to give back is to become silent, look at them, and then be calm. Actually calm.
It's
Look at them.
difficult.
What happens when you don't respond? This is psychology now. What happens if you don't respond and then just look at them? Don't disconnect from the situation. Look at them intently, listen to them. But then just be serious. What happens is they get scared because they don't know what you're thinking. This is human psychology. If somebody does to you, you'll also be scared. If you do to somebody else, they'll also be scared. But if you just give it back, na, I get a satisfaction you're getting affected. Go ahead. That's the psychology. Just be calm. Okay. Ask them why do you think this is a problem? What is the reason? You will not have anything, you know. The more calmer you are, immediately it diffuses. Anyway, bear that the oppose may be the ear. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. This is simple, understood. You know. Listen to people who, so he's saying, take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. This is very difficult to do, but it is the most advantageous thing to do. If somebody says you are this, you are that, you are this, no, listen to them. Maybe I am. You're so selfish. According to you, according to anybody, nobody is selfish by themselves. Even the most selfish person will think I'm not selfish. So if somebody says you're selfish, there must be some truth to it, right? Listen to them. Give every man the ear. Don't few thy voice. Knowledge is not given. Don't give them your advice. Why give them unnecessary information? Do not. But listen to them. No? Something may come out. Your wife will say you're this and you're that. Okay. Maybe I am. Maybe just check. Maybe I'll become better. You don't call. Maybe I don't call. You call too many times. Oh, maybe I call too many times. Retract. Give every man the ear. Actually, it should be give every woman the ear. But few thy voice. See, the best marriage is between a what? What? A deaf husband and a mute wife. A deaf husband and a mute wife. That's the best marriage. Take each man's censure. Take their negative inputs. I would be so happy if somebody gives me their negative inputs, but in a good way if they give. I think this is your issue. I've noticed that if somebody tells me that now, I'll be so happy. But if somebody points it and then, I should be happy at that time also, If somebody says you are useless because you do this and you do that, then the ego comes in. You want to defend yourself. But if you are calm at that time, you are great to punch your soul up because you're taking feedback at that critical situation. Nobody wants to take anything from others. Sir, आप में ये प्रॉब्लम है, आप ये करते हैं. Oh, really? Thank you. Costly thy habits as thy purse can buy. And rich, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy. तो क्या है? Costly thy habit as a purse can buy means live within your means. But don't be that mucky choose. You know what a mucky choose is, Asha ji?
A miser.
There was this movie called Dil, I think. Dil. Was first time I saw that actually happen. Anupam Kher is drinking tea and he's so confused, so confused. And then Amir Khan is, trying to ask his daughter out or whatever. And he comes and visits them. And then the makhi actually comes and falls in the tea.
He removes it
हाँ
and
अभी तो फेंकना पड़ेगा Amir Khan says, क्या बात कर रहे हैं? He takes the makhi, he sucks it and then throws it. I was so surprised at that. And that's where Makichus comes from. Such a miser. Don't be a miser. Costly thy habits. See, costly is saying thy habits as thy purse can buy. That's what Swamiji says. If you can buy a Mercedes Benz, you should always go for Honda City, the top Honda City. If you can buy a Maybach, go for Mercedes-Benz. Do not go for Maybach. So if you can easily afford 10,000 shoes, sports shoes, buy 5,000. Scrounge a little bit, but don't go and buy 1,000 rupee shoes from the roadside, Juhu. If you live within your means, you live a very happy life. One of the richest persons I know, he will not agree, is my dad. I'll tell you, he's the richest person I know. He gets 1 lakh pension with what do you call rent and all that. 1 lakh he gets. He lives king size. He wants to buy something, he's a gadget, He wants to buy some, he had, how within 1 year, this is what happened. He had a 40-inch TV, changed to 50-inch. He was not happy with 50-inch, changed to 60-inch. Not happy with, 50-inch, he gave it to his sister. And then on a 40-inch, he put it in another room. And then he bought a 60-inch. He was not happy with 60-inch. He put it in another room and gave that 40-inch to somebody else. And he bought a 72-inch TV. If you come to my home in Hyderabad, it's like a home theater only. The TV is so big. He's rich. He can afford that. How much is the TV? 40, 50,000. 1 month mein ho gaya. And he still got 50,000. And Istri wala guy comes, he says, sir, 50 rupees ho gaya. He'll give him 70 rupees. And he's so happy. Auto guy, he never, whatever auto guy says, he'll give it. Rich. Not gaudy. He will not buy I don't know, a Dolby Bose 7.2, system. He will not buy Bose. He'll buy normal, something that he can easily exchange or change within 2 years. Rich, not gaudy. Costly the average person can buy. This is the secret of good living, You don't have to feel I'm poor, I can't buy a Mercedes Benz. You can't. You don't need to buy a Mercedes Benz. Every car is 4 wheels, but the roads are the same, potholes everywhere. Mercedes will hurt you more. But not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy. Too much. Zyada nahi karne ka. Nowadays, the teenagers are like, it's so sad. It's like jarring to see them. See, you got to behave according to the society. You can't be a sole player in changing the society. No, I will dress the way I want and walk around the roads. This is not America. No, a woman should have a freedom to wear whatever they do. But you have to understand where you are, which situation you are. Go to Italy and do it. Nobody cares. You can't go to Saudi Arabia and do it. No, I want to do it. You mad. Freedom of expression. The cuckoos, all cuckoos. And they in France of the best rank and station are most select and generous chief in that. So what he's saying is, in France, it's a fashion capital now. So fashion capital, the fashion changes every season. So don't go by that. Every season you change your fashion, you change your hairstyle, you change your this and you change your that, change your clothes. You don't need to. Stick to something. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. For loan often loses both itself and friend. Do not borrow, do not give. Period. It's very difficult to say that, but it is true. But there is one caveat in this. What is the caveat? If you have to give, if somebody asks you, can you lend me 1 lakh? And you feel that you need to give, you decide how much you can give, right? But when you give, forget that it'll never come back. If it comes back, it's bonus. Only then you give. So for you, 50,000 is, this is my very close relationship. I give it and forget it. I may or may not get it. Then you keep the relationship. But if you give 1 lakh and expect that, no, that's going to mess it up. But if you give 50 and leave it, forget it, it's different. I've given, done. That's what I could do. I could give. So neither a borrower nor a lender. Don't give or don't take. For loan often loses both self and friend. And you must have seen this n number of experiences that you must have had or you must have heard from your friends and family. This is what happens. And borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. Husbandry means economics. And you see, 2008 financial class is why. If anybody has read about it, it's all because of borrowing, lending, borrowing, lending, borrowing. Even, I don't know about India, but how many of you guys use credit cards?
Don't use much.
Credit cards.
No, I use.
That's the whole concept of credit cards. I mean, at least I'm sure Ashaji will be at the end of the month paying it back. But I seen in US, if you open a lady's purse now, but it'll fall like that. There'll be 7 credit cards. Each one she will use or he will use, and then they will be paying EMI only on that. $10, $20 EMI. But they have debt. So everybody does that. 28 trillion dollars is the debt in US. 28 trillion dollars. Everybody is on living on that expense. Nobody's house is fully paid. Here we live in a house which is fully paid. In India, most of the time. We don't believe in cars, EMI cars and all. Nowadays it's happening. For what? See, if you cannot buy a car in one down payment, you are breaking that. Rich, but you're gaudy. You're not rich, you're gaudy. You understand that? If you can pay it full time, then you're rich, not gaudy. Or you'll be living in a EMIs only. I know my cousin bought a $650,000 house in California. They will be paying that EMI until they are 70. They started that when they were in their 30s. Can you believe? Why buy such a big house? It's not their house. Borrowing does the edge of husbandry. Everybody does that. The country itself is in debt. Now, all this at one side, this above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night, the day. Be true to yourself in the sense, don't worry what people think about how you're behaving. If it makes sense to you, if it emotionally appeals to you, and if it logically makes sense to you, then do. Forget about the world. You should remember, lakho I, lakho gai. Big deal. Take your stance and do the right thing. And if you are true to yourself, thou cannot be false to any person. People may not agree with you, it doesn't matter. You will live a happy life because you're true to your conscience, you're true to yourself. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as night the day, meaning constantly be true to yourself. Don't live a false life, don't live other person's life. Do what you feel is right. Not what you, not just feeling, what you think is right. Farewell. Bye-bye. My blessings season this in thee. Think about it. Season means every time the season comes and goes, na? You have to keep thinking about these precepts. Rich, not gaudy. Friends, hoops of steel. Neither a borrower nor a lender. To thine own self be true. That's what he's saying. See the character. Don't just talk whatever comes to you. Be familiar, not vulgar. Follow the path. Don't preach. Don't give unnecessary advice unasked. Your perceptions are different from other perceptions. Your facts are different from other people's facts. Their experience have taught them something. Your experience have taught you something else. Their perception of life is backed by their experience and knowledge. Yours is totally different from them. You are not right, or they are not right. Each one to his own. Do not mess with other people's lives. Do not go and start disturbing their life. Let them be. If they come and ask you help, you be yourself. See, have you ever seen two people come together? Right? You've seen twins, na? Identical twins come together. Have you ever seen two people go together? Hmm. See, uh, I used to think about this. Millie, do you know your grandmother?
No, yeah, I mean, I say I know, but
Do you know your great grandmother?
yeah,
Do you know your great great grandmother?
no,
Ah, somewhere you have to say no, na. Your great great grandmother must have lived a superb life. You don't know.
yeah,
She must have lived a good life. Her husband might be very good. Her kids may be very good. She may be very well respected in the village. You don't know. She may be. She must have a fulfilled life. She was maybe so unselfish. She helped out so many people. People used to come to her and ask for her suggestions. She has lived a very lively life. Anybody know about her?
no,
Do you even think about her?
no,
Do you care? No. She's a nobody. Or she could have been living a life pleasing everyone throughout her life just to get some recognition, just to get some हाँ हाँ मैं ऐसे करूंगी ठीक है मैं ऐसे करूंगी ठीक है. Do we know her? No. Same thing will happen to us. In 100 years, nobody will care about us. Nobody. 100 years. My great grandfather only we don't remember. We have his pictures. Who cares? Nobody knows how he lived his life. He could have lived to thine own self be true, and thou canst not be false to any man. Or he could have lived, क्या करेंगे ये करेंगे वो करेंगे तू जो बोलती है वो सही है ये जो बोलते. How do you want to live your life? And what are the repercussions of it? No repercussions. Nobody cares. But if I live my life the way what makes sense to me logically and emotionally, If I live my life, there will be repercussions. People will not be happy. Yes, after 50 years, nobody cares. Who cares? Nobody there to care. So what are you doing with your life now? Live your life. All the time pleasing others, pleasing others. Is that a life? You want to study Vedanta, study Vedanta. नहीं बाद में करेंगे, then you don't want to study Vedanta. It doesn't help you. If you want to make something out of it, study Vedanta. Helps you. वो क्या बोलेंगे, ये क्या बोलेंगे, नहीं मेरे को और ये सब इंटरेस्ट है. Not just others, your other desires also. नहीं मुझे ये करना है, मुझे वो करना है. देखो क्या करना है. What do you want to do? Do you want to improve yourself? हाँ. Where is the effort? No effort. Then you'll be lost in the history, annals of history. You'll be lost. You'll be lost anyways. But at least it will be memorable to you that you put some effort to develop yourself. Just this one Sunday, it makes no sense to me. Wow. So you have to put a concerted effort. Change yourself little bit now. It's such a satisfaction in life. You die happily. Oh wow, I've put my effort. Whether I've improved or not, it doesn't matter. But I've really put my effort. Though I had so many other responsibilities and so many other things I have to do, but I singled out this study of Vedanta and I put my effort in that. Not just Sunday classes. I put my effort daily. I did half an hour study every day. Yay, I can sleep forever. To thine own self be true. See, if this is not your nature, you would not attend this class. You will not attend this Vedanta class. You will not. It's your nature. It's something that you feel it is right. Then why don't you give it the effort? Why don't you study daily? Once in a blue moon, Sunday is a blue moon for you. It makes no effort. It doesn't. See, you're coming here every Sunday. It's not easy to come at 7 a.m. I understand that. 7 a.m. and that too in a Sunday morning, you want to sleep a little bit. To come. Then why don't you put the effort? Who has read this poem? Nobody has read this poem. What is the purpose of the poem then? Why? You want to study, then study now. Be true to yourself. I'm not forcing you to study or forcing you to come here to this class. Even if one person is there, I'll take the class. If you believe this is right, you must put the effort, or else you will not be happy at the end of the day. संडे क्लास सुना पर कुछ सर वेदांता का कुछ यूज ही नहीं है. 20 साल से मैं सुन रही हूँ पर कुछ हुआ नहीं. कैसे होगा? Once in a Sunday, how will it change anything? Read mathematics. You want to read mathematics? Read once in a Sunday. You will learn mathematics? No ways. No way. How can you learn philosophy? You don't put the daily effort. Or else be true to yourself and don't come. You understand? I'm not saying you should come. See, if you should not be under any duress to come. Sir, मैं इतने सालों से आ रहा हूँ, so I have to come. What will other people think? Why are you living other people's life? If you feel this is not useful, you should not come. There should not be a half attempt at anything. Coming and not giving the full. What is the point? Or do not come. That will be much more, you will be peaceful. I don't have to put this effort. This too much tension. Don't come. But you have to make one decision. Don't forget about it. You should make the decision today. कि मुझे आना है तो I will put the effort. Every day I study. Or else I will not come. That's okay. So it's not everybody has to study this. If everybody studies this, it's useful. But that doesn't mean this is the only useful thing in life to do. There are other useful things to actually. Maybe this is not the cup of tea that for you. Maybe you like coffee. Okay, we will end with the chant. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti. So next Sunday, Hari Om, Hari Om. लाली जी कैसे हैं? I can't hear you. Yours is mute.
Now answer, sir, Mama. I'm ठीक हूँ.
हाँ ठीक है, okay, लाली जी. लाली जी next Sunday मैं आ रहा हूँ.
Sir is telling he's coming next Sunday. Okay.
We will meet next Sunday.
You'll meet sir next Sunday?
Yes, yes, for sure.
In
For sure.
Asha ji's house?
Yes, Asha ji.
You'll come? Yeah, I'll come.
Yes, Lali ji.
All are welcome. All are welcome.
Hari
Thank
Om.
you.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.